they're taught the wrong way by these networking experts. So when we're born and we get that bib placed under our chin, what gets stored on our hard drive? Go out and be this way the rest of your life, meaning be a taker, people giving to us. When you try to network, you become an uninvited pest. Don't network, relationship work, right? So you got to like put stuff together that shows your credibility, has testimonials that you've gotten results from your amazing clients, and you can't hide that stuff. You have to put it out there.
I look at every person like they're a teacher to me. This is how I say it in my mind. No matter what the interaction, good or bad, they're going to teach me something. Welcome back to the Create with Kate podcast. I am so excited for this guest today. We met at a conference, and he is just phenomenal. He has over 25 years of experience as a motivational speaker, a coach, a consultant, like you name it. And he's worked with all of the biggest names in the industry, and I am so blessed and honored to have him on the podcast today. So welcome, James Malinchak, to the podcast.
Hey, Kate, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's a true blessing.
So you've had 30 plus years in the...
Yeah, probably about 25.
Okay, 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started when I was 5.
I love it. Yeah. So long time. This has been like the bulk of your career. You didn't start in speaking though.
No.
So tell me, let's start there, how you got into it, and then we'll take it from there.
So I grew up in a very tiny steel mill town outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Population about 6,000, amazing folks. You blink, you miss it on a map, but amazing people. But I had some big dreams and goals, and in order to attain those in life, I thought I had to get out of the small town. So I thought my way out was a basketball scholarship.
Well, you are very tall.
I'm short compared to some of these guys.
Yeah.
I'm a little guy. I'm 6'3".
Okay.
Yeah. Because I wasn't a great student. I was what you would call a C student.
Okay.
See your way through school. That was me.
I love it.
But so anyway, I got a bunch of scholarship offers. Took a scholarship to the University of Cincinnati to play basketball. My coach got relieved of his duties, which is a nice way to say he got fired.
Okay.
And I transferred, went and played in Hawaii.
Oh,
caught a pass in the first game, twisted my knee, ripped it. I was done.
Oh, geez.
Fortunately, I had a plan B, and that was to be a stockbroker. I always wanted to do that.
You always wanted to do that?
Yeah. I have a cousin who is one of the most successful traders in the history of the silver, gold, and mercantile pits that were in the old World Trade Centers before they went down.
Yeah.
And he would always bring me out as a high school kid, and he would teach me about investing and money and the markets and things. Yeah, very honored and blessed. And so I quickly realized being there in the pits as a young kid that I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'd watch somebody make, $1, $2, $3, $4 million one day and lose 20 the next.
Jeez.
And I just did not want to be in. That was just too crazy. So I said, I'm an office guy.
Yeah.
So my plan B was to be a financial consultant, stockbroker. Came out of school, did that. I was on Rodeo Drive as a young kid in Beverly Hills, managing some cool entertainers, pro athletes, people like that.
Wait, how did you end up there? Because you said you were in Hawaii.
I was in Hawaii. I graduated, but 6 months before, I said, well, what do I want to do? I know I can't play pro basketball. I blew my knees out. So I said, I want to do this financial thing because you could probably make a lot of money doing that.
Right.
And so I said, I had a lot of folks I played sports with growing up who are now professional players. Okay. And I thought, I don't want to cold call and do all that stuff they tell you to do. But what if I tap into these relationships that I've had? Because they trusted me growing up. Yep. Right? I just happen to be doing this now. Hopefully they'll trust me with investing their money. Yeah. And a lot of them were, in Los Angeles. So I said, I'm going to move to Los Angeles. Didn't know anybody. But here's what I did do. 6 months before graduation, when everyone else was home for Christmas, I flew to Los Angeles and I had like 30 interviews lined up. Wow. Think about this. So that when I graduated 6 months later, I already had a job. Yep. What does every other student do?
Well, they wait.
Yeah, they wait. Yeah. No, and I'm very big on planning ahead.
Okay.
Right? And so started working, came out, made $16,000 my first year as an administrative assistant with Merrill Lynch.
Okay.
I worked in a video store at night making $7 an hour.
Wow.
I ate Top Ramen noodles.
Yep.
And I couldn't afford a Costco card.
Wow.
Like the $50 to go to Costco. I remember one time my mom and dad said, hey, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, a Costco card.
I mean, everyone loves Costco. Like, for real.
Well, I didn't have $50 for the card.
Wow.
That's how broke I was. I mean, you can't live in Los Angeles making 16 grand and then working weekends and in the evening for $7 an hour. So, but what I did was I went there and I bought a big jar of spaghetti sauce, like the big jar.
Yeah.
Right? I had all these bags of pasta, like months worth under my bed.
Wow.
And I ate pasta.
Because it's cheap, right?
Very cheap. And Top Ramen noodles for almost 3.5 years. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Because it was cheap. I could have carbs, have some energy.
Yeah.
But that's how broke I was starting out.
For how long?
That was about 3.5 years.
Okay, 3.5 years.
Remember, I'm working. The way I got into being a stockbroker is nobody would take a chance on me because I was a young person.
Yeah, you didn't have the experience yet.
I said, I'll work for free, is what I told them.
You.
They said, well, we don't have a desk for you. I said, put me in the closet. I'll sit in the closet. I don't need a desk. I'll stand all day. And they loved that chutzpah, that hustle.
Yeah.
So they did hire me, made me an administrative assistant, making like $16,000.
Yeah.
And that's how I got my foot in the door. And then here's what I said. I might not have the highest IQ, I might not be the smartest, but nobody will outwork me. I'll be the first one here literally, this was my plan. I'm going to be the first one here every morning waiting for them to open the door. I'm going to be the last one to leave. I don't care if it's midnight.
Wow.
And I'm never going to take a lunch. I'm going to eat my lunch at my desk.
Wow.
Because I figured that would impress. Because those habits you can't teach.
Totally.
Right? You can teach people skills and industry.
You can't teach them hunger.
You can't teach this heart. I always say, look, I'll match my I will against anybody's IQ any day of the week.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And that's literally, and they love that. And then they gave me a shot. I became a full-fledged broker, went through the training program. And the first year I was number one in new account openings from 200 training class people around the country.
Yeah.
And I was number 2 in assets under management. And the only reason I didn't get number 1 is a guy in our training class got a pension fund from his father who ran a hospital pension fund.
Okay.
Or I would have been number 1 in everything. And here's the thing. It had nothing to do with my IQ. It was my I will, I outwork.
Right?
And then tying into relationships.
Well, of course, the hard work, yes. But tell me about relationships and how you cultivate all these relationships.
So most people have no clue how to do it, right? And it's not their fault. They're taught the wrong way by these networking experts, right?
Okay.
Yeah, they teach you slam somebody with a business card or walk up and ask them for their phone number or tell them your elevator speech. Total bullshit.
Yeah.
Total bullshit. The way you get in, and you know some of the folks I'm in with, some high-level people.
Oh, yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Is I do this in all my talks. When we're born, and I wish I had one here, I would do. Yeah. When we're born and we come into this world, we get a bib placed under our chin. If you study anything about the brain, I've studied neuroscience and brain-based learning for the past 20 years. Like, why do we do what we do? Study anything about the brain, we have 2 parts. You have your conscious mind. That's what you and I are talking with and thinking with now. When we go to sleep, it goes to sleep. Our subconscious never sleeps. It accepts without a doubt anything that gets programmed into it. It's like a computer hard drive.
Yeah.
Doesn't reject, doesn't block, doesn't analyze. It just stores. So, very simple example. You put a lot of junk on the computer hard drive, catches a virus, it crashes.
Yeah.
It's no different for our subconscious mind. It's the hard drive, right?
Yeah.
So when we're born and we get that bib placed under our chin, what gets stored on our hard drive? Go out and be this way the rest of your life, meaning be a taker, people giving to us.
Oh.
And on a very deep subconscious level, you don't even realize because you're walking through life wearing a bib.
Yeah.
When someone walks up to you and says, Kate, you got an amazing podcast. You should have me as a guest. They're wearing a bib. They're being a taker. Okay, and what I always say, if I had it, I would do it. On stage, I take the bib off from my neck. I say, here's how you really get in with people.
You put it
and
on
I drape it over my forearm. And I said, you approach every single human being that you come in contact with like you are a server in the finest dining establishment on the planet. And you think about, what could I do for him?
Yeah.
What can I do for Kate? What can I do for this person? How do I serve them and never talk about myself and never ask anything for me?
Yeah.
So you always lead with, I always say, I have a whole book coming out that's called The Power of the Napkin. Lead with the napkin, never the bib. Problem is, most people are learning from networking people.
I know. I'm like, I don't even know this. I've never heard this term. Like, I didn't know there was networking experts. Like, and this is what they tell people?
Oh, yeah. Go up and... So I walk into an event one time. It was myself, Tim Story, great speaker.
Yeah.
There's like 8 or 9 other speakers. I walk into the event because I wanted to hear Tim speak. I love Tim. And they were on a break. It was about 200 people. And the speaker before must have taught them this, because this blew my socks off. I walk in just so I could go in and watch other speakers.
Yeah.
I go to the back. Guy walks up to, hey, James Malinchak. I said, yeah, hey, how you doing? He said, what's your cell phone number? Now, Kate, I don't even know who this guy is. I have no clue who he is. And I said, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
He said, what's your cell phone number? I said, I'm sorry, I don't give out my cell phone number to people I don't know.
Yeah.
He goes, okay, and he walked away, and I watched him, and he did the same. And I
he
looked
did it
around.
to everyone?
The whole crowd was doing that.
Geez.
And here's what's the sad part. The speaker before must have taught that exercise. And I sat there thinking, how sad that this person's doing a disservice to all these great human beings.
Yeah.
Teaching them to become a pest. So here's what I always teach. When you try to network, you become an uninvited pest.
Totally.
When you drape the napkin over your forearm and you relationship work, you become an invited guest. So I always say, don't network, relationship work. See, I could do this. Hey, Kate, how you doing? Nice to meet you. What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Oh,
I don't care about you. Let me tell you what I do.
Oh, yeah.
That's what people do.
Right.
I'm like, what are you?
Just wait for you to finish whatever you're going to say, so then they can talk.
Because they don't give a hoot about what you do. I just want to get out what I want to get out.
Right.
And that's when they become a pest. And you cannot wait to get away from them.
Yeah.
So I always say, stop networking, start relationship working.
Yeah.
Like if I looked at you as somebody I truly care about, a friend, a family member, I'm not going to run up to you and give you my resume and tell you how you can help me.
Right. Absolutely not.
I'm going to think, how can I care for her? How could I help her? Is there something I could do for this person? That's how you think about people you care about.
Yeah.
So why would you not do that with prospects?
I don't know, and that's a good point. And relationships for me always have been a part of my core. And not that I necessarily, well, I suppose I've studied them more recently in the last 10 years, but that's just part of me, and because I love people. And when I reflect back on my life, I'm like, well, a lot of my opportunities are from relationships, but that isn't, I don't know where I learned that, or if that's just who I am. It's like an energy thing.
It's probably a little bit of both.
Probably. Yeah. But because I think that connecting with people is just so important. I look at every person like they're a teacher to me. This is how I say it in my mind. They're all teachers, and no matter what the interaction, good or bad, they're going to teach me something. And I came up with that. I used to work at Starbucks. I was a barista for many years.
That's awesome.
I hated that job.
Venti non-fat extra hot latte with oat milk is what I love.
Oh, that's good. That's it.
I'd get it extra hot. You know why? It stays hot longer.
Yeah. No foam or with foam?
A little bit of foam.
Okay, a little bit of foam. But I didn't like that job forever, right? I don't want to be there forever, but I thought, okay, well, how do I enjoy it? Well, I like people. It's not like I love making coffee.
Right.
So I'll just focus on learning about the people. Yeah. And that was what I did.
But see, you probably brightened everybody's day too if you ever wrote on a cup.
I did. I'd write inspirational quotes.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's serving the person.
Right.
Right? So that's serving. Like I was there today and had a coffee, actually on the way over, and they had something really cool. It's like, have a great day. You know how many times I read that? So that person served me. Yeah. Sure makes me want to go back there. That little thing. I always say little things don't mean a lot to people. Little things mean everything to people.
Everything.
So can I give an example of how I served you?
Yeah.
And you don't even know it?
I would love to hear.
So we were at a conference. We met at a conference 4 or 5 days ago or something. Right? You would come up to me. We started chit-chatting. And I started giving you ways to convert better. Whether on stage or on webinars. I said, here,
notes.
you started taking notes. I said, let me give you 3 things an audience must conclude or the audience will not buy.
Yep.
Remember that part?
I do. Yeah.
So what was I doing? Just trying to help you.
Yeah.
Just looking at you as a sister, trying to serve my sister, if you will, right?
Yeah.
I didn't like say, hey, oh, you have a podcast, or you do this, you do that.
Yeah.
I didn't say, bring me on. I didn't say, connect me with this person. No, how do you serve people? So walk around wearing the napkin.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be lending an ear to somebody who's going through a tough time. A friend of mine came up at the same conference and he said, hey man, there's somebody here that I need to introduce you to. You're going to get, he needs somebody to help him with speaker coaching. He does 9 figures in his company. He's writing a book, but he doesn't know how to like book talks, fee-paid talks.
Yeah.
So can you help him? Sure, man, whatever you need. And I went up, started talking to him, started giving him ideas, and he was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Like no one's ever told me this stuff.
Yeah.
So my point is, just lead with a napkin, and every person you meet, figure out what's something that they might need. Is there somebody I can connect them with? Is there something I can tell them?
Right.
Are they going through a tough time? Can I listen to them?
Yeah.
Right? And it doesn't have to be long. It could be 1 minute. It could be 5 minutes. But always lead by serving others with the napkin. Never approach people with a bib being a taker. Like, give to me, serve me.
Did you have a mentor when you were younger that really moved you in that way?
So I've had probably 10,000 mentors.
Sure.
Every
but
time
I mean,
read
like
a book.
the first one. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like when you mentioned you're from a small town, but then you had this idea that you had to get out of it. Like, how did you get that idea?
So my cousin is one of the most successful silver traders, and I mentioned earlier. He came from the same small steel mill town.
So he opened your eyes, you think?
He would, He thank God for him. Like I was so small town minded, right? You hang out.
Because that's all you knew.
That's all you knew, right? You become who you hang around. You become where you hang around.
Right.
So he would always fly me to New York City, pick me up in limousines. He's the type of person had Rolls Royces and.
So you saw a different way of life.
Blew my mind. I was like, what is all this? Even a building, like what is tall buildings? And I was around people. He started putting me around people who were playing at such a bigger game, right? I'm talking 500 million in a year, a billion in a year, right? Jeez. People making 10 million a day. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I don't have to make like $5 an hour kind of thing. Like, and that, first part of all transformation is awareness.
Yes.
Once you become aware, then you can start looking for patterns and paths to follow that others have already created. But here's the thing. If you're not aware, then you just keep doing the same old, right?
How old were you when you got exposed to this?
I was in high school, so junior, senior.
Okay, so you're pretty young. So it was 17, 18.
Yeah, 17, 18, and then in college as well. And God bless him. He's been my mentor my whole life, and the most honest, straight arrow and worth just crazy, obscene money.
Wow.
Just crazy, obscene money. And
how did he get out of the town? How did he get the awareness?
Amazing story. He went to college on a football scholarship, Indiana University, and he wrote a goal that I'm going to play 10 years of professional football. He's very big into goal setting.
Okay.
Right. Now, but by the way, this is back when they made no money. This is like $25,000 a year playing football.
Okay, but he wanted to play football.
Wanted to play professional football. Yeah.
Huh.
And so he played 10 years. And that's when I started learning about goal setting. Never put a cap on your goal. He said, I'm going to play 10 years of professional football.
I'm doing it no matter what, right?
And he did, 10 years, but not 11.
Oh, interesting.
Because he said 10 years.
He said 10.
So he taught me 10 years or more.
Ooh, that's good.
So I have a goal right now to do a $100 million company or more. Wow.
So you got that and more is important.
And more. Don't ever put a lid on it because that's what you get.
Wow.
You get that or below.
Okay.
Right? So I learned that from him.
Yeah.
And so when he got out, he said, now remember, he's making $25,000, $30,000 as a football player back in the 70s, right? He says, this is crazy. He said, I'm going to make $50 million in a year.
No.
He's making $25,000.
You're telling me he went from $25,000 to $50 million?
So
shut up.
I will not shut up.
I'm like, damn, that's pretty good.
Well, so here's what's crazy. So back to me being 17, 18 years old, fast forward all those years later, 25 some years later, we're in his penthouse in New York, and he's cleaning some stuff out. And he said, hey, James, come here. I want to show you something. And he pulls out a sheet of paper. And he said, look, here's the date I wrote this when I got out of football. I'm going to make $50 million. Wow. He said, I didn't know how I was going to do it. And then this is when he taught me, you don't worry about the how. The how shows up when you firmly commit to something. Yeah. Like, Kate, most of the things you did in your life, you know how you're going to do it.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But you still did it anyway.
Yeah.
Right? But if you focus on the how, you'll talk yourself out of it.
So true.
And you'll come up with every dang reason under the sun why you can't make it happen.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm from a small town. People don't do this.
Right.
Right? No one's ever done this, right? People stay in the small town. I can't leave. I can't go do this. I can't. And every excuse you ever give yourself will be right because you'll make it right because you'll justify it.
Right.
Right? Yeah. Think about it, right?
It's it's true.
So he's showing me, right? And then this is what was crazy, right? He said, I didn't hit that. I missed it by 50,000. He did 49,950,000.
Wow. That's insane.
And I was like, what? And he said, my problem is I put 50 million at that time because there's a cap.
He should have put and
more or more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he went on to make a lot more than that over the years. But that was his first goal, and he didn't know how he was going to do it.
Yeah.
And so that inspired me. I remember writing in high school when he started teaching me all this stuff. I wanted to be successful as a basketball player my senior year. So I wrote down like 27 different goals I was going to achieve and our team would achieve. Yeah. And I pasted it in my locker.
Yep,
at
so
the gym.
See it
every time I put my uniform on or practice gear, I had to read it, right? So I would do that. And then after the season was done, I don't know, a week or so after everything's done, I played in a bunch of all-star games. I go clean my locker out and the thing's hanging there. I said, well, let me see. Maybe I hit a couple of them. And I took the paper off and I was blown away.
Because you hit them all.
Out of like 27, I hit 25.
Yeah.
The two I missed, we just barely missed. I said I wanted to be like All-American, and I was like honorable mention.
Yeah.
Or that we wanted to win the Western Pennsylvania title. We were runner-up, but we won the whole state. So it was like, and I sat there. I'm getting goosebumps right now. Look,
I know it's amazing.
I remember sitting there thinking, what? And I have since that day, I have never ever not set goals. Yeah. Even big ones. And the majority of the time we set goals, we don't know how we're going to do them.
Right.
But you will figure it out when you make the commitment. Cortez invades Spain, right? Burns the ships. Why? No other option. We got to make it happen. Yeah. Right? And so, I've never not set goals. And I've set goals that are, so I have a goal right now, $100 million plus company. Right?
So, and when did you set that goal?
In September.
Okay.
At the Palm Beach Convention Center.
Oh, so I think now, if I'm remembering correctly, because it was starting to come back to me. I was having Thai food with a girlfriend of mine. This was, I don't even know, maybe a year ago. She's telling me about this guy, which I think was you.
Oh my
gosh.
This
is what I'm thinking, because I was starting to put the pieces together. Because this is kind of a crazy story. When I saw you at the vault, I saw your face, and I said, I know him somehow. I don't know how, but I know him.
America's Most Wanted, number 4.
No. So then I started thinking, because I'm really good with faces, right? And I start thinking, and it takes me back to, I was having lunch with my friend Jen. She was telling me about this guy who, another friend of ours, I think it was Nicole, and I have to confirm with this, but maybe she was in, do you do events at your house or something? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think she went to your house to some event, and you really made an impact on her. So now Nicole tells Jen's telling me, I said, oh, well, let me see. I'm like, let me look him up, right? So I look you up, I see, and that image of your face was in my mind. Months later, I see you at the vault, so then I go to look you up. Because it kept bothering me, like, who is this guy? So then I look you up. Oh my gosh, wow! And then I look, saw the things about you, and that you, are a speaker. Well, going back to your point about you having this desire, wanting to do something, and not know how you're going to get there. From the time I was like a little girl, I always wanted to be a speaker, but I had no clue why I wanted to be one. I didn't know. Wow. I loved motivational talks, like always, and that's been on my heart forever. And so that's my goal. But it's like, I don't know what the how is. I've done some speaking here and there. And then now I've got this podcast and all these things. And I told you, I was a barista at Starbucks, right?
Right.
So it's just funny, like how things are put together and, to serve you by God almost.
Yeah. Well, the how shows up when you commit to it.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to do things. You don't know how the how will show up. But you just got to believe in the process. I always say your subconscious mind, once you embed it of what you want to do, it's like a GPS. It starts to like direct you. Might be 4 months, might be a year, might be, but it's not until you commit to it.
Yeah.
Right? So I've made this commitment to this $100 million plus or more company. Funny how people started showing up
when you
after I made the commitment.
Yeah.
That, coincidentally walked into my life.
Right.
Who now I've invested as a consultant to help me because they've done a few $100 million online.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, that's coincidental? No, I just understand the power of your subconscious and how it works. I understand now how it works, but I always say it's like magic, but the magic doesn't start to sprout up until you firmly commit to it.
So let's talk about the firm commitment, because it is, I believe it's an internal thing, right, that you say to yourself. But how important, because I learned from someone a few years back to not just write it, not just write down what you want, but to also speak it. So how important is that? So
a couple things. You don't just write it down, you put a date on it.
Okay, yep.
Like, because now you made a contract with yourself.
Yeah.
On this date, I commit to doing this.
Okay.
Right? So if you don't do it, it's nobody's fault.
Yeah.
But yours.
Right.
Because you dated it. You said, I'm going to do this, and you put today's date,
yeah,
and you signed it.
Yeah.
It's a contract.
Right.
So whose fault is it if we don't do it?
So it's do this by this date.
It could be by this date, but the way I always do it is I write the date that I'm going to do it. Like, I write the date that I signed the paper. It's like a contract.
Yes.
So, for example, in 2007, I think it was, I wrote down that I am going to be on a major television show on ABC, NBC, CBS, or Fox that will be seen around the world, that will serve and help people, and will bring me a ton of new leads ongoing forever.
Wow. And you were on a TV show.
That was 2007. 2010, I get a telephone call from someone, says they're a producer of a documentary, and I got referred to them, and they want to talk to me about being on a show. I turned them down. Like, nah, I'm not interested.
You did?
Oh, yeah, because everybody's a producer nowadays,
right?
Okay. And they got on the phone with me and said, can you open up, another time, they said, can you open up your computer? And they gave me this like crazy code. Like, go to this website, and there's nothing there except like a place where you could type in a code.
Okay.
That's all that's on the website.
Yeah.
And they gave me this crazy code, like 40 letters, like question mark, underscore, backspace, like period, capital J. I'm like, okay, what is this? And so I hit like send or submit.
Yeah.
And now I'm on the backside of ABC Television's website.
Oh.
And there's all the shows and like it's ABC TV.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, either this is real or this is the greatest hacker ever.
Right. Yeah,
I'm getting like nervous because I really don't know.
Yeah.
And they start to show me the idea for this new show called Secret Millionaire, where basically I would live undercover.
Yeah.
And I'd look for beautiful, amazing people who are making a difference.
Oh.
And no one would know my background. And at the end of the time, I would go to them and say, Kate, thanks so much for having me here and volunteering for your charity or in your community. I think it's amazing what your vision and your mission is. I have to leave town now, but before I do, there's something I haven't told you. So that was the only thing that was scripted. I had to say, there's something I haven't told you, and then I had to pause. So here's my acting. Ready? Okay. There's something I haven't told you. Okay, there's my acting.
Okay. Wait, but then what would you say?
So I had to pause for the dramatic effect, right? And I would say, I'm not actually a struggling volunteer. I'm actually a successful entrepreneur, and they wanted me to say I'm a millionaire.
Yeah.
And I think what you're doing is incredible here, and I want to support your mission. And then I opened up my checkbook, and I started writing them checks, hence Secret Millionaire.
Yeah.
You know, $50,000, $20,000.
Did they just start sobbing?
The reason ABC wanted me to pause is its dramatic effect. And it was amazing. Like, the people that I think there were 3 or 4 that I said that to, like, in the episode, they were like, what? Like, they're thinking, oh my gosh, how they're going to mess us over. Like, see, nobody knew we were ABC. They thought we were a documentary on community serving.
Okay.
Nobody knew it was going to be worldwide TV. So here I am, like, helping people, serving, and then all of a sudden, there's something I haven't told you.
Yeah.
Right? And like the dramatic, they wanted the camera on the people to like, what?
Right.
And so when I revealed my identity, and then I just started writing checks. They were like, "Oh my gosh, thank you," crying.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how we got on.
How many seasons did you do?
I did the first season.
Okay.
So the problem is, what most people don't understand about reality TV is, I had 30 people follow me around the whole time.
Okay.
I mean, they're police. There's one guy, he has nothing but a big reflection thing he follows that the light. Yeah. People have microphones. One guy is in charge, his whole job was in charge of my microphone.
Wow.
Right? Camera people, different angles, showrunners. So something's going, you can't hide it.
Right.
Like on reality TV, they see you.
Yeah.
But there's 30 people around me.
Sure.
And then there's another crew that comes in because it's 24/7.
Yeah.
Right? And so it was hard to keep the identity a secret. People started to figure it out and were trying to get on the show just to get
on
money.
The show. Or to be a part of the
because they knew they were going to get rewarded money. It was kind of hard
to couldn't keep it.
It was a great show. I mean, we had, I think it was 10.9 million people watched.
Wow.
When I debuted.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's amazing.
So what did that end up doing for the business? Because you said to get leads, right?
Oh, so first of all, jump back. I wrote that in 2007.
Yeah, but this didn't happen until 2010.
Yeah, so 3 years later.
Yeah.
See, it never happens on your time. Mm-hmm. It happens on God's time.
Right.
Right? And I didn't know what it would be and all that. I just thought it would be really cool. It would be a way to serve a lot of people. And then it would be a way to showcase business and all that.
Sure.
It was just crazy. So now let me get tactical for a second. So what did it do? So we filmed it a year before it was coming out. Okay. Because it's not like they could just stick it anywhere. So they wanted it prime time because it was a good feel-good show. So they had to find the right slot. Mm-hmm. At the time, there was a TV show called Extreme Makeover.
Oh, yeah. I remember that show.
Yeah. Right? And it was a great feel-good show where they would help people. Mm-hmm. Well, they had to wait until that sort of went off the air for the new season so we could slide our show in because it was the same audience who would watch it.
Yep. Okay.
Right? So they're very strategic on how they do that.
Okay.
And so that's why it kept getting pushed and pushed. So it was about a year later.
Okay.
So what I did was I started hiring all kind of consultants.
Okay.
And I hired people who were on reality TV shows.
Oh.
So I hired Bill Rancic, who won season 1 of Donald Trump's The Apprentice.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's married to
Juliana.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So I would hire him and people from The Apprentice and American Idol to come and speak at my events.
Okay.
Not because I cared what they said.
Okay.
It was for the 1 hour dinner before they spoke so I could ask them one question.
What was it?
Bill, if you were going on a reality TV show again, knowing what you know now, what would you do differently to bring you a whole bunch of business?
That's a good question, yeah. Okay.
So that's why I hired him. So here's the way I looked at the show, right? Is there's the serving aspect, and we're going to help a lot of people, and we're going to recognize beautiful unsung heroes.
Yep. But
I always say there's always a flip side to the coin, and that's called the business.
Yeah.
So and television is nothing more than a media. Mm-hmm. A lot of people go on TV thinking they're going to be the next Denzel Washington.
Right.
15 minutes of fame. No, I looked at it strategically from a business standpoint. I got 15 minutes of opportunity to do what I call boomerang business back.
Okay.
So if I'm on this show, how do I bring business back?
Yeah.
So I only started telling this about 5 or 6 years after the show. No one knew I was doing this. When I was on the show, I said certain things that would make you go Google me.
Really? Oh, that's smart.
So I had this whole plan. So Bill Rancic told me a great thing that really helped me. He said, if you could say something that would get picked up and used as a soundbite for trailers, then the trailer runs, and you get all this free publicity. So what I did was before I went and filmed, I sat down and I listed about 30 different sound bites that I would say when they're interviewing me or when I'm on the show. And then the way I always teach is you say them in bullet point format because it makes you stop, which means it's an easy cut.
Yep.
Okay? So when I said, I'm one of the highest paid, most in-demand motivational speakers in America.
Oh, that's good. This is like SEO. Boom, here. Yeah.
I have to stop. That's cool. At the end of the bullet point, which means it's easy for them to cut things.
Yeah.
Right? So I strategically did all that. And so, lo and behold, that was the clip they ended up picking. I'm one of the highest paid, most in-demand motivational speakers in America. And that ran, I think it was 200 times a day for 4 to 6 months leading up to promoting the show.
Wow.
I mean, I literally got probably $20 million of free publicity.
That's amazing.
Now, you say, well, big deal. Well, here's the big deal. What nobody knew at the time is I had built about 30 different opt-in pages running SEO on all of them.
Okay.
So I owned things like, and I had websites like Secret Millionaire-ABC, ABC-Secret Millionaire, Secret Millionaire TV. I bought all these domain names, I had all these websites running. And so you would watch the trailer. You're watching your favorite show, Desperate Housewives.
Yeah.
And here comes the trailer.
Yeah.
Right, for this new show. And you hear that line.
So then you type it in.
And you go, who is this dude? I never even heard. I thought Tony Robbins was. Who's this guy?
Right.
So let me go Google him. And I had all these opt-in pages coming up. I would pop up on a video. Hey, this is James Malinchak, featured on the new ABC TV show coming out, Secret Millionaire. If you'd like to learn how I built my business that made ABC invite me to come on the show, maybe something like this could happen for you, put your name and email in. I have some free video training for you.
That's smart.
And I boom, boom, and I crushed it. We added hundreds of thousands of people to our email database. You say, well, okay, so what's the big deal? Like, let's follow the chain, because I want to show folks how to think strategically.
Yeah.
300 people opt in. If they all spend $50 with you in a year, you've just made $15 million.
Wow. Yeah.
What if they spend 100 with you? You made $30 million by going on a television show.
I know. That's incredible.
So you see, that's what I call boomeranging business. If I'm going to go in this media, then why don't I utilize it to bring leads back?
Yeah.
And no one knew I was doing that. I was strategically saying things, right?
Yeah.
I had the pages built. And then talk about, I even ran an affiliate. I ran a product launch. So I came out Sunday night on the show, and I thought, how could I get a bunch of affiliates? I had 1,600 affiliates promoting my product launch. Monday, I was launching a new product called Millionaire Secrets Revealed, tying into me coming out Sunday night on the show.
Yeah.
I thought, how can I blow this out? And I thought, what if I throw a party at my house in Vegas here?
Yeah.
And I invite all the affiliates to come.
Yeah.
Right? I thought, well, wait a minute. Would that really make them come? What if I broadcast it live throughout the internet? Would that really make them come? What if I get a celebrity to host it? So at the time, I got Robin Leach, who hosted Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. He lived here in Vegas, and I knew him. Most famous host on the planet. And I thought, okay, is that really going to make somebody come across country? And I thought, I got it. What if I put them on the broadcast out to the internet, and I let them promote their own website?
Oh.
And so now I'm not the only one getting leads.
Yep.
They're all getting leads.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was getting calls from everybody. So we were just at Russell Brunson's Funnel Hacking Live in Vegas. Russell called me.
Yeah.
Okay? This was way before ClickFunnels.
Yeah.
See, I knew Russell before ClickFunnels. And he called me. He was coming. All these people were coming. And in return of coming and being interviewed and promoting their opt-in page, the next day they all had to promote my offer out to all their people.
Yeah. So it was like a win-win for everyone.
And we did 7 figures.
Wow.
In product. So you see, so what's the purpose of all this? Don't ever put anything out without drawing leads back. I still have people who saw me on that TV show who still buy from me this day.
I know, isn't that amazing? So, okay, tell us your thoughts about that as it would relate to short form content, right? Social media, and how, today, 2025, anybody can gain visibility and an audience. All they have to do is show up. But so many
and
people
be consistent.
Well, yes,
that's the thing.
Show up consistently.
See, people put stuff out in short form, right? Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, whatever it is, Facebook, and they put one out. They put a video out and say, "Kate, I didn't get 3,000 likes.
What they do. Yep.
I got one. This thing doesn't work."
Yep.
It's discipline and commitment.
Yep.
Right? Discipline and commitment. You don't go to the gym one day and say, "Oh, my physique didn't change. What the heck's wrong with this trainer?
Why am I still fat?"
Yeah. Well, you do over 6 months, 12 months, 4 months, whatever, right?
Right.
How's short form content any different?
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. But it's like it's so much easier now than before. I mean, before,
and
right?
it's free.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, it blows my mind. But I guess this goes back to the subconscious, right? Like you were saying.
Yeah.
I believe it is a confidence and a worthiness issue. Like, they don't feel good. You hear about it all the time, imposter syndrome. They don't feel good enough.
Right.
Like, I can't do that until I have a TV show like James, or until I write a book or until whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
They have to be at a certain level before they show up. And I have seen it so many times where people that you think aren't qualified, right, are crushing it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's because they
just do it. Nike's got the best slogan ever created. Just do it.
Yeah. I want to talk about some of the people that you've coached and like your favorite transformation stories of like basically where they were when they came to you and then what you did, what they were struggling with, and then where they were at. Just some of one of your favorites.
Yeah. So one of my favorites is Julie Carrier. She's my longest client.
Okay.
It's like 17 years now.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I have coaching clients been with me 15, 16, 17 years.
Wow.
I know most people have coaching clients. They can't keep them for like a year.
I know.
Yeah,
that is a problem. So tell us the secret to that then.
So there's a couple things. One, you have to get real results for people, right? The second, and I mean real results, not fluffy results. I'm talking monetary results.
Sure.
So one of the things is my goal is to make their coaching feedback as fast as possible for them.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't they stay with me forever?
Right.
So if I can teach you ways to make money as a speaker, author, coach as soon as possible, and you make your coaching feedback, why would you ever leave?
Yeah, you wouldn't.
That's why I have clients for 15, 16, 17 years.
Absolutely.
Longest client is almost 18 years now.
That's amazing.
So, and that's the first thing. The second thing is we have so many retention strategies. Like you have to, and this is one that's going to like make all the online, people, coaches, influencers, like get the shakes.
Okay.
Is you got to show up in people's mailboxes.
Okay.
So not only do you do digital stuff, but you also have to show up in people's mailboxes because that stuff lays around. Yeah. So if I send you a book in the mail, this lays on your coffee table. Now I've created TOMA, T-O-M-A, top of mind awareness. You may not always like read our emails, but you'll read everything I send you in the mail. Because you know why? No one sends you anything.
That's true. That is true.
So I purposely think of, look at this retention strategy. I sit around and say, how can I lay around in 4 different places for our clients? I want to lay around in their home, their office, their car, and their travel bag.
Okay.
The 4 places they most likely touch the most stuff in. Yeah. Right? So if you think about that, how do you lay around in their home, their office, their car, and their travel bag? And then you create things or you buy gifts with your brand logo and things on it that are usable ones, not like cheesy ones, but the ones that they're going to use, that they're going to keep in one of those places or all 4 of those places. Okay. Then you've got top of mind awareness.
What are some of the things?
Okay, this is going to blow your mind. I've got everything from jackets and hats down to the most successful and most popular gift we've ever sent our clients. Yeah. You ready? Yeah. Is a nail file.
Shut up.
Big money speaker.
I keep saying shut up to him. I'm like, no, it's not.
I'm telling you, bigmoneyspeaker.com nail file. Okay. Now here, everybody says the same thing when we send them like 20 of them. Like, what is this? Until you need one. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're like, this is the greatest gift ever.
I mean,
so even simple things like flash.
I'm starting to think about it now because when you need it, you never know where it is.
I have hats, jackets, right, gloves, tassel hats, if you will, for cold. We send them flashlights and we tell them where to put them. Put this in your car because if you ever break down and you're going to need a flashlight if it's night. Right. So I strategically spread myself out through their entire life.
That's amazing.
Right. So I sit around and think, where are all these different like ways to lay around? Yeah. It's the greatest thrill when I have a coaching client that says, I got a damn shrine of all your stuff in my place. I'm like, bingo, it works. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we send
tangible things.
We send surprise gifts every month that not even part of it.
Tell me about surprise gifts.
Well, it could be simple as a book. Oh. It could be, hey, here's 20 nail files. Wow. Hey, here's a marketing piece I just created, and let me teach you why I created it and all the marketing behind it, and here's why you should create it, and here are the places to go to get it printed up, laid out, etc. Wow. So it could be just as simple. See, it's value.
Yeah, it's like, here, this is something I did. I want to give this tip, to you so you can use it for your business.
So the other thing, too, here's why I think most coaching programs fail. Here's what you get. You get Zooms, you get calls, you get this, right? Yes. Well, of course you get that. And then with ours, you get a whole bunch of stuff that I don't even talk about because they're all surprise gifts.
Oh, like surprise and delight kind of vibe, right?
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to tell you about them.
Yeah, because it's part of the experience.
I'm probably the only person you meet with a coaching program. Every 2 weeks, you get an 8-page newsletter in the mail that I write stuff in the newsletter that will help you, like real stuff, and I actually write it.
Yeah.
So you get 24 newsletters. It's been proven in direct mail. I come from the old direct mail, the Dan Kennedy teaching, John Carlton, all these like legendary folks. There are literally statistics. If you show up in their mailbox once a month, how your retention goes up. But if you show up twice a month, how much more your retention goes up. Wow. Well, what if I'm showing up 3, 4, 5 times a month in the mailbox, in addition to the emails and all the other stuff? Right? Because I want to lay around, I want to infiltrate your home, your car, your travel bag, and your office.
So the resistance to that, right, from these people that you would coach are, well, I don't want to spend all that money, right? Is there an instant ROI? What do you say to that?
Just ask my clients who've been with me for 17 years.
Right, but for the person that's new, because I think I just can hear what people would say. They'd be like, well, you can do that because you're established, blah, blah, blah. But
it has nothing to do. How much does a nail file cost? A penny.
Oh, my gosh, I don't even know.
A penny.
Yeah.
Right? If you have a book that you've done.
Well, and I think it's the long-term play, right?
Yeah.
It's not the instant. It's like the person that pours into people. Maybe that's not instant, whatever, but in the long run, you're going to have... I mean, I don't know. That's what I kind of think.
Yeah, exactly right. And then there's the psychology about like how I always talk to my coaching members. I say, if you ever leave, you can leave at any time, but no one's going to treat you the way we treat you.
Yeah.
No one's going to go above and beyond the way we do.
I mean, I haven't heard of anyone doing that.
No,
I can tell you. And I talk to tons of coaches all day, every day.
Yeah. So you never want to be like everyone else. Right? You want to be unique and different. I always say I could care less what other people in the whole industry do.
Yeah.
I know what we're going to do to take care of people.
Yeah.
I know. So here's another strategy from a tactical standpoint. We know when every single person is expiring.
Yeah.
And so my staff person, by the way, I run a multi-million-dollar a year business with one person.
Okay.
If you systematize everything, like all these people, like I listen to them online, I just laugh. I'm like, they have no concept what they're spreading. Scale, put all the money back in the business.
Yes.
Total bullshit.
Yeah.
Total bullshit. My business is designed to create financial freedom for myself, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get paid first. I used to do an event with Michael Jordan out here in Vegas, right? And here's the thing that was amazing, right? Michael would get paid first off the top, and then everything else was for everything else.
Yeah.
Right? When I learned that concept back in, I think it was first time 06 or 07 maybe, I was like, oh, that's so smart. I switched it. James gets paid first.
Yeah.
The business exists to create financial freedom for me.
Right.
The business does not exist to pay people, to pay employees.
Right.
My business is designed to give me financial freedom, right? And then anybody that I hire, anybody from a video person to any person, an event coordinator, their job is to give me freedom and time freedom.
Yep.
And if they're not, then they got to go.
Yeah.
Because their job is to free up my time.
Right.
So that I could have more freedom and live my life the way I want to live it. And if an employee or somebody's not doing that, they're not supposed to be employed by me.
Sure.
Right? I'm not in business to pay people.
Yeah.
I'm in business to create freedom, and specifically financial freedom. People, just financial freedom. Yeah. Because money freedom gives you time freedom gives you relationship freedom.
Right, to build those and pour into people, because you can't pour into them if you don't have the time to do it.
I teach also financial strategy that goes against everybody in real estate, right?
Okay.
Right? No, don't pay off your home or whatever like that's stupid. That's in my opinion, that's dumb.
So you say to pay off your home?
1,000%.
Okay.
Okay, so I paid my house off here in Vegas in 2012.
Really? Dang.
But I never stopped making here's my financial, here's how I teach my students. It's different than anything you ever, I understand leverage, right? I always say real estate's great. I'm not knocking real estate because I do it, but real estate and leverage is great until it's not.
Yeah.
Until like the market turns.
Sure.
And nobody ever tells you about the bad stuff that could happen to you, right? So I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying I just believe in you don't owe people money, because you go to bed owing people money. You wake up owing people money.
Right.
Okay? It says it in the Bible.
Okay.
The borrower is the slave to the lender.
Yeah.
Very basic biblical principle. So here's my strategy that I've taught a bunch of my students. They've all come back and thanked me because it's completely contrarian.
Okay.
So when I paid my house off, first of all, I said, how can I bust my butt and get enough to where I can chop down and pay that house off. When I paid the house off, I never stopped making the mortgage payment.
Okay. So where did you put it?
I just paid it to me.
Okay.
So since 2012, every month, I've been cutting a mortgage check. It just goes to the bank of James, gets invested.
Okay.
When I paid my car off.
Yeah.
Right? No, don't pay your car off. Right? It's a low interest rate. Actually, I bought a car last year, and I paid cash for it, but for fun, I said, hey, what would it be if I finance? It was 9% to finance the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, 9%?
So do you now, because as people get more and more successful, right? A lot of them get flashier, right? Maybe they need a bigger house. They need they need better. So if you paid your house off in 2012, I'm sure it's a great home, but like, I guess that also requires discipline on your part, because you could be like, oh, I need a bigger house, or I need to, upgrade.
That's ego talking. And you know what ego stands for? EGO.
Edging God out.
Edging God out,
yeah.
Yeah, that's all about show and all that nonsense. Like,
so that's never been an issue for you? Like, did you have to learn your lesson the hard way before, or no?
No, it was funny how I learned it was my wealthy cousin, the commodity guy, always told me some basic rules. He said, don't owe people money. You go to bed owing people money, you wake up owing people money. And here's what he would say: what's the price for peace of mind? Oh. To wake up and not worry about a bill. Yeah. I haven't had to worry about a bill since 2012.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then he would also say this: don't swing for the fence. Just get on base.
Okay.
Slow and steady pace wins the race.
Yeah.
I see all this stuff online. We're getting 43% for our people, and not total.
Now,
wait, hang on. Let me finish.
Okay,
right?
Sorry, because I'm like, I'm thinking of more.
So watch this. People don't think of it. Let's pretend your mortgage is 6%.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let me just say this. I'm not giving financial advice.
Okay.
I'm just saying what worked for me.
Okay.
If your mortgage is 6% and you wipe that out, it's like you're now making 6%.
Sure. Okay.
Because you're not paying that interest, right? And here's how I figured that out. I looked at my mortgage over 30 years, which the mortgage company was so kind to have a lower payment and let me do it over 30 years.
Yeah.
Kate, I went, oh, shit. I could buy the mortgage company 3 additional houses if I ride this out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pay for my house with them, and I'm going to buy them 3 equivalent priced houses.
Yeah.
And they're going to have 4 money houses, if you will, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm such a nice guy.
Yeah.
So I just did like a little basic common sense. Well, what if I just bust my butt as fast as I can, pay that off, and then I keep making the payment? Then over 30 years, I'm going to have 3 additional houses, total of 4.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Yeah.
Right? I put offers together. I did extra speeches.
Yep.
Right? For about a year and a half. Made all this extra money. Wrote a check, 7-figure check, paid my house off. But then I never stopped making the payment. All these years, every month, I've been paying to my bank, if you will, my investments, right? So check this out. Let's say you wipe out 6%, and then you go over here, and I'll just make this easy. And now you invest that money, and you're making 6%. That's a 12% swing on your money.
Yeah.
That's 12%.
Well, but now the reason people don't do that is, because the most important part of the story, I think, is you being able to make the amount of money to pay it off, and you learning these skills. I mean, most people, they only make so much money. That's the problem. And they make, they spend more than they make. Yeah. And so you figured out, okay, I determine how much I make, and there isn't a cap. And that's how you were able to make that work. But
1,000%. But anybody can do it.
Sure.
Right? You just got to put the throttle down and be disciplined and commit. I always say, it's very easy to beat most people, because you only need 2 things: discipline and commitment. Because most people will quit and give up, and
it's so true.
Or they'll get, they'll go down the rabbit hole. They'll see something on Instagram and they'll go start doing that, or they'll spend most of their time on Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah, procrastinating.
And while you've done that, I've already booked 4 talks.
Right.
Right. Or I already renewed 4 coaching members. Right. So by the way, paid my car off. Yeah. Never stopped making the car payment all these years, even though I have a whole brand new car.
Sure.
Right? Because it's about commitment and discipline. You do that consistently over time, and you wake up one day and you go, where'd this whole thing come from?
Yeah. Well, from all those years.
Discipline and commitment. Yeah. Okay, here's the other thing. Here's my second rule that I've always followed. anytime you make a great financial decision where you save money, right? You can buy a $1,000 TV and you're like, do I really need a $1,000 TV?
Yeah.
No, if this $300 TV is just as good.
Yep.
You've just saved $700. What do most people do? Nothing.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I just save $700. I sit down, I write a check, put it away.
Okay.
So every time I save money by making a good decision, I recognize and reward that.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
that I reinforce my subconscious mind to keep doing that every time. It's habits over time.
Smart.
It's discipline, commitment. Somebody said to me one time, really, every time you save money? I said, I wrote a check for $3 one time.
Yeah.
And he laughed.
It's that reprogramming.
I said, it's not the amount. It's about the act. A friend of mine, Darren Hardy, who used to be the publisher of Success Magazine, he wrote a great book called The Compound Effect.
Yep.
Every decision, good or bad, compounds over time.
Yeah.
The problem with most people is they can't wait for overtime. They want it like next week.
They want it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Slow and steady pace always wins the race. Not right for everyone. Seems to work for me and my students.
Yeah.
I'd rather have no debts. And so here, I hate to say it this way, but when the pandemic happened, people were freaking out. It didn't bother me. I have no house payment, no car payment. I have no credit card stuff. I don't do business for the next. I had a whole bunch. By the way, had a whole bunch of money put away over here, growing.
You've been doing that,
I mean, I don't mean it like flippantly, like I didn't care about like.
Sure.
The world.
But you weren't stressed that you weren't going to pay the bills.
No, it didn't bother me one bit.
So
why? Because my cousin always said, "Don't owe people money. What's the price of peace of mind?"
But okay, so I love this.
But hey, you got to get your butt out of the way. That was good advice.
No, it was so good. But this is what I find when I talk to a lot of successful entrepreneurs. They have some pivotal moments where maybe they made some bad decisions and they learned from them. Do you have any like that or no?
It wasn't a pivotal moment like where I lost everything.
Yeah.
So mine, I still have it to this day. You would love this. So I have on my phone, I have in my office on a corkboard, a bag of Top Ramen noodles thumbtacked.
As a reminder?
As a reminder.
Yeah.
Now, this is what's crazy, right? I know realistically I'll never have to go back to do that, right? But I keep it there because when I don't want to make that call to the person who invited me to speak and they want to pay me a fee.
Yeah.
Or on the way over, coaching client called for an emergency call.
Yeah.
When I don't want to make the call back, right? I just always think, well, you could go back to Top Ramen Noodles, so do the act.
Yeah. Because, of course, I mean, there's always those moments where you don't feel like it, right? Like, that's we're humans.
Yeah.
So, okay.
But I just always think back to Top Ramen Noodles. So I asked Michael Jordan one time.
Yeah.
I said, how did you go out every night and just crush everybody? Like, seriously, like you had the flu. They carried you off the bus, I think it was in Utah, into the locker room. You're throwing up. You come out for the game. You're like sick as a dog. You turn it on, score like 38 points, win the game, go back in the locker room. They're putting like IVs and stuff in you, and they have to carry you back on the bus.
Wow.
How? And he said, I always remember getting cut from my high school basketball coach if I didn't play my best. He got cut in high school from the team. And he said, I remember that pain. And I never, ever want to feel that. That was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life because of, high school status, right? Not good enough. Kids talk about you. Yeah. And I just never. And so every time when I step on that court, I always remember that if I don't play the best and dominate, then I could be cut. And I don't ever want to experience that. So there's a trigger that he had. My trigger was Top Ramen Noodles.
Yeah.
I got so sick of eating Top Ramen Noodles, I never want to eat it again. So when I don't want to make that call or I get lazy, like we all get lazy. I'm like, dude, you can go back and eat that stuff again. Make the call.
It's true. You're right. That's what we're motivated by, isn't it? It is pain.
It's always pain. We only make decisions for primarily, if you study neuroscience, brain-based learning, and NLP, for two reasons: to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. And we'll do more to avoid the pain than the pleasure.
So true.
But it's actually not true. There's a third reason, people. This is what I teach in selling and conversion. There's a third reason.
Okay.
So think about a course you sell.
Yeah.
Okay. Most people don't succeed with courses in selling because they talk about the course.
Yeah.
Module 1.
Right.
What are Facebook ads?
Yeah.
Module 2. Why should you do Facebook ads? Nobody cares about that.
They want the
Module 1,
result.
how you're going to get a stampede of brand new leads who never heard of you before. That's what they want, right?
Yeah.
So they talk about the thing. They never talk about the benefit.
Yeah.
Right? So what I teach my students is you always talk about the benefit of getting out of pain of where they are and the pain of staying where they are or getting to the pleasure of where they want to be.
Okay.
There's also, so you attach your course, your whatever is the vehicle that will help them get there.
Yes.
But there's also a third reason people buy. Most people who sell don't understand this.
Okay.
Status.
Oh, I understand this one. Because this, I guess this is what I saw. I didn't even realize it until you just said it. Because I help successful men become significant.
There you go.
That's status.
Raises their status.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about Mercedes-Benz, Chanel.
Yeah.
Think about any high-end brand. What are they selling?
Status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pull up to the stoplight and people will turn and look at you.
Right.
That's status. So what I always teach is how are we going to tie your book, your product, your service, your consulting to if I work with Kate, my status will be raised.
Yeah.
If I get this online course on Facebook, my status will be raised. So not only it's getting out of pain of where they are stuck and getting to pleasure, but also in that process, my status and recognition will be raised.
Yep.
Okay.
That's good.
So very basic stuff. I have to tell you a story. So about 10 years ago, I was doing a talk here in Vegas for one of these corporate conventions.
Yeah.
On the way home, 11 o'clock, I didn't have anything to do, so I thought, I'm going to go mess around on a car lot.
Okay.
I didn't need a new car, but I just thought, I'll just go play around, right? Go look, kill some time. So I walk onto the car lot, and what's the first thing that happens? The vultures come out, right? The salespeople. Like new blood, right? So I'm looking at this car. Young hotshot sales guy comes over. I said, hey, bud, you thinking about getting a car? I said, yeah, just kind of, and I don't ever tell anybody my background. I just play dumb, right? I love to be sold, right? So I want to see what they got, so to speak. So what's the first thing this guy does? He flips open the hood, and he starts pointing out the spark plugs and the carburetor, and this thing fires this. And I just let him go for about 2 minutes, and finally, it gets to the point I can't take it anymore. So I said, buddy, step back. And I slammed the hood, and I said, let me teach you how to sell me this car. I said, first of all, size me up. I said, I'm in a $3,000 suit. I got a white shirt. I got a gold tie. My shoes are shined. I got a pretty nice watch on. Do you think I even know what the hell a spark plug is?
Right.
But you still shouldn't assume.
Yeah.
You should say, sir, in this new vehicle you're thinking of getting, what's most important for you?
Right.
If you would have, now, if I walk on with like a mechanic's shirt with grease on my arm, I probably care about the engine and the carburetor and the spark plug. Okay, but I said, look, if you would ask me, what's most important for you? I'd say, buddy, in this new car I'm looking for, I want two things. I want to go fast and I want to look cool. At that point, you ought to throw me the keys.
Test
and say,
drive it.
Take this puppy up the 15 freeway and let it roar, put the top down. Right? Unbeknownst to me, you have a fellow person, a colleague, fellow salesperson follow me. And I don't know he's following me. And he's following me, and as I get up to the stoplight and I'm about to turn to come back down to the dealership, he pulls up next to me, and he rolls his window down. And he saes, dude, that car goes fast, and you look really cool. And then he just drives away. I can't get back here fast enough to write a check for the car.
Right. If that's what you wanted, it's just asking to know.
And I said, buddy, why the hell are you selling me spark plugs?
Yeah.
I don't give a hoot about it.
You probably changed that guy's life. I bet you sold a lot more cars after that.
If he listened, yeah. But I watch people all day online. I watch their videos. I watch their video for their course, their VSL, and they're selling spark plugs. They're selling stuff to me that I don't care about. They're not getting me out of pain. They're not getting me to that pleasure. They're not raising my status. And they're talking about the thing, and no one cares about the thing.
So, so let's transition from there to you telling me about one of your favorite. We need to go back to, was it Julia?
Oh, Julie, my client. Yeah. So Julie calls me up.
Julie, I'm sorry. Julie.
17 and a half years ago. She says, hey, I was referred by someone to you. At the time, I was two-time National College Speaker of the Year. So in the college speaking circuit, they give out awards for the top speakers.
Okay.
So I had won it twice.
Wow.
Very honored because I helped a lot of students.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand there's different markets. This is why when
That's
I
what you were telling me at the event.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. Yeah.
Most folks who teach speaking have no clue about what they're doing when it comes to fee-paid speaking.
Yeah.
Because there are different markets. There's the faith-based market, which is different than the college and university market, which is different than the youth market, which is different than educators who help youth, which is different than corporations and associations, which is different than entrepreneurs, which is different than real estate. But what these folks teach is you only need one presentation, right? And go give it to everyone.
Yeah.
It's not that way. It's not the way every individual market works.
Okay.
So I was referred to her to help her because she wanted to speak for the youth market.
Okay.
I was 2-time college speaker of the year, and I had done a lot of youth talks, 600-700 paid talks.
Wow.
Okay, big conferences.
Yeah.
She came to one of my events, and literally, and at the time I charged $2,500 to attend my event.
Oh, okay.
To learn in 4 days.
Yeah.
I didn't know until she attended the event that she literally was looking in her couch cushions
She didn't have that
for
money.
3 quarters a week before to get on the metro train in Washington, D.C. That's how broke she was.
Wow.
She literally did not have the money to attend my event.
But she found it.
But she found it. First of all, I don't give people free stuff.
Yeah.
Because my stuff's too valuable. Your stuff's too valuable.
Well, and like you said, it's the act of giving over the money, right? It's like...
I've never met a person in my life with a money problem.
Yeah.
We have decision-making problems.
Yep.
We have habitual problems. We have energy management direction problems.
Ooh.
Right? I don't have money for this. Well, why are you driving a Lexus? Sell the Lexus, get a Honda, you'll save $20 or $20,000.
Right.
Right? Oh, I can't afford that coaching program. Why are you front row at Beyonce? You don't need front row tickets there.
Yeah, you're right. It's all priorities, right?
Or why you have a Chanel bag and why do you have $800 shoes? You care more about what's on your body than what's in your mind. You don't have a money problem. You have a direction problem, a decision problem, a habit problem.
Yeah, that's what most people have.
Right?
Truly.
So it's funny how she found the money.
Yep.
She didn't have a money problem. She had a money problem of how to like grow her business, but she didn't have a money problem in life because people find money for whatever they want.
Sure.
Concerts, ball games, right? Cars. So she came to my event and I told her after talking to her, I said, look, I think you're one of the most magnificent spirits of giving I've ever met.
Wow.
She really believed God put her on earth to help young people figure out their direction, specifically young women.
Wow.
And I said, here's the great news. You don't have a mission problem. You don't have a message problem.
Yeah.
You got a marketing problem. And I can fix that for you in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Your mission's awesome. You want to serve and help make the world a better place.
Yeah.
Your message, teaching these young girls to not listen to society and, the role models on television, right? And that God put them on this earth for a special reason and there's specialness within them. It's not about your looks and all these other things. It's about who you are, the essence, right?
Yeah.
There's greatness within you. Your message is fantastic. You just got a simple marketing problem.
Yeah.
And I'll fix that for you in no time at all.
Yeah.
Because here's the problem. You don't know who the people are in that market who book and have the money and when they get their budgets and how to show up and present yourself in the right way where they say yes.
Yeah.
That's a marketing problem.
So how'd she hire you? What was the next step?
So she became a coaching member. I mapped everything out. We created a book. I mapped her whole book out. It's called Be Beautiful, YOU, meaning you, young lady, are beautiful on the inside. So it's all about how to raise their self-esteem, how to appreciate their talents. You already won because you were born.
Yep.
Right? Don't let society tear you down and don't let, peer pressure. And it's one of those great, fantastic books.
Empowering.
By the way, almost 100,000 self-published copies are bought now.
Wow. Okay.
So let's just play this out. If she's made $10, make it easy. Netted $10, it's $1 million just selling books.
I want to write a book too.
You have to.
Yeah.
So basically what I taught her was all the business stuff. By the way, that's what Big Money Speaker always was when I did my training. That's why my logo is a coin.
Okay.
I always say in all businesses, there's 2 sides to the coin. On the one side, you have your message, your story, your information, serving people. And unfortunately, most people stop there thinking that's all they need. No, there's a flip side to the coin.
Yeah.
It's called the business.
Right.
How do you upsell, cross-sell, downsell?
Sure.
Who has the money? When's it come due? Who has the budgets? How do you
very
renew?
Important. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm really good at. I've done this for a long time for a lot of people. By the way, long story short, Julie now charges $15,000 to $30,000 to speak for these groups.
Yeah.
Her biggest audience, 70,000. 70,000, not 7,000, 70,000. Spoken for some of the biggest youth events in the world.
I love that.
I was a coach on a TV show on MTV called Made, where she inspired young women, right? All because she understood the concept. I don't have a mission problem. Mm-hmm. I don't have a message problem. I got a marketing problem.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how most people, that's one of my favorite stories, because I know how many young women she's helped and saved, if you will.
Yeah.
And how these young girls just are so grateful she did the book. And here's what I say, Julie, and I'm going to be a little egotistical here. One of the most important decisions, Julie, you ever made was trusting me and listening to me and doing this marketing stuff that you didn't want to do because you thought it was all about the message.
Yeah.
If I just have a great message, I want to help people, then I'll make money.
Yeah.
No, nothing could be further from the truth. It's the flip side of the coin. You need both.
Oh, no, you're 100% right. Yeah. I mean, that's not enough, right? And because everyone wants to be inspired, but you can't stay in business with just inspiration. You have to be able to sell yourself. You
need tactical.
Yeah.
So let me give you an example. Back when I was speaking, like at the college market, and 2-time National College Speaker of the Year, I tell people this all the time. It's not because I was so good of a presenter.
Yeah.
It's because I had more votes than everybody, because I had more bookings than everybody.
Yeah.
Because I knew the tactical stuff of finding the people who had the budgets, when they were coming due, what topics they were booking, when to reach out to them, how to rebook over and over and over. Like I'd go to schools 8, 9, 10 years in a row, sometimes 2-3 times a year. That had nothing to do with my message and how great of a presenter I was. It had everything to do with the business side of it. I say the same thing with coaches. I say the same thing with speakers. I say the same thing with brick and mortar businesses, right? Someone opens a business and they put a flower shop. They put an open sign, and then they sit there. And I'm like, the clock's ticking. 12 to 24 months, you're going to be out of business, according to small business statistics.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll tell you a funny story. So here in Vegas, years ago, I get called to go consult for a lawyer.
Okay.
Now,
There's tons of those here.
Yeah. But I never really did that kind of stuff. Yeah. But a friend of mine that I would help had a good friend who was a lawyer, asked me if I would do him a favor and go consult with this friend of his. I said, all right, I'll do it. He was a young hotshot attorney, worked for a big firm, left and went on his own.
Okay.
So I go down and meet with him because the mutual friend asked. And the guy's nice, takes me, shows me the parking spot with his name on it, right? Walks me into the building he just leased 2 floors, right? Receptionist right there. Walks me through the offices, mahogany wood in all these offices, computers, LexisNexis on all the computers, right? No lawyers in there, right? But, he's got this, prime location.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We go into his office and he says, so what do you think? I said, I'm going to ask you one question, and how you answer, I'll tell you whether you're going to be out of business in 12 to 18 months. He said, what? Now, usually when they say what, they know what you said. They just want to hear it. Uh-huh. I said, well, you heard me. I said, but I'll say it again. I'm going to ask you one question, and how you answer, I'll tell you whether you're going to be out of business in 12 to 18 months.
Yeah.
I said, here's the question. I said, you showed me all this stuff you have. Amazing. Like this building, got to be at least $40,000 a month. Receptionists out there, 30, 35,000. Parking spot with your name. You used really good paint. I like that. Right? All these mahogany wood and all this. I said, but here's my question. How are you going to get people to walk in that door and hand you money? He said, well, I'm going to, run ads. And I said, as I picked a business card up off his desk, I said, so basically you're going to take this business card because you don't know anything about running ads. Yeah. You're going to blow this up. You're going to throw it into an online ad. Yeah. And you're going to think that's going to get you leads. So let me ask you again, how are you going to get people to walk in that door and hand you money?
Yeah.
He had no answer. And here's what I said. Seems to me I would have figured that out before I got all this shit.
Right.
That's the most important thing. Right? But people do all this other stuff, and they don't figure out the most important thing. How am I going to get and keep business? Where am I getting leads from?
Yeah.
Like, they don't figure that out. I'd do that before I ever built out the flower shop.
Well, it sounds logical, right?
Yeah, but they don't do that. And then they get in debt and they get, destroyed because they don't think that way.
But see, I think that goes back to a self-esteem issue. Always.
Or they don't know any better.
Well, or that too, maybe bad advice, but it's like you're worried about the wrong thing.
Or it's like a guy or lady makes hamburgers, right?
Yeah.
Working for someone, says, "I make these really great hamburgers. I'm gonna go start my own hamburger joint." They don't know anything about running a business.
Right.
It's not about like I make great hamburgers. People are just gonna come and find me.
No.
Right? And that's what most people think.
You have to be well-rounded. That's why you should hire coaches. But this is the thing now, because the coaching space there's so many coaches, right? Like, I mean, you've seen it, how it's, if you've been in the space for so long, it's like, and it sounds to me like a lot of your business is referrals because you have such great relationships too. Not only your experience.
Plus you get results you got to get results for people.
But what do you say, because now that there's so many coaches and there's a lot of coaches that don't get results for people, and it's hard to make the right choice. Like, these are the things that people are experiencing, and I get it, because it is. What's your take on that?
Don't get me started on it.
Uh-oh.
I always say, there are a lot of people out there who can't get their own shit together, so they become a life coach to help others.
Yeah.
I'm like, you might want to fix yourself first.
Right.
So here's my thing. That old line, learn from someone who's been there, done that, right? So first, if you're going to work with someone, check out to see if they've actually done it.
Sure.
Right? But even one step further that I'm a big believer in, don't learn from someone. First of all, if they haven't done it, why would you ever want to work with them in any coaching capacity?
Totally.
Right? Secondly, been there, done that. If they haven't done it, you can't work with them. Right? Been there, done that. Okay, so they got some experience, but what if it was 20 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, it's different today.
Sure.
So here's my thing. Been there, done that, still doing it, still getting results.
Yeah, that's good.
So I had I was going to do some investing in some insurance stuff, annuities, life insurance policies. I had 3 people come to my house. And here's my thing. You're going to tell me to invest in something. Open up your portfolio. Show me you have it.
Yeah, that's
Show me if you're a financial person, show me that you're financially free and you got money put away and your money's working for you.
Yeah.
First 2, literally their jaws drop, because I guess no one's ever said, show me your portfolio. Right?
Yeah.
Third one showed me. I saw what he had and all that. Great. Here we go. Let's work.
Yeah.
Because I'm only going to work with someone who has been there, done that, still doing it, and knows the ropes. Totally. Right? Because they've been in my shoes.
I think the problem now is because of social media, right, and marketing. It's different now, and it's more. It can't. Well, I suppose that probably was like that back then too, but now you can create a facade.
It's an illusion.
Right?
You can use AI and create an illusion today.
And so I think that's where people are like, they get stuck. But I think it just goes back to, you got to trust your gut, your intuition, energetically.
Check them out too.
Well, of course. But if you can only, because it could be fake, some of it, right?
Well, I say here. This is why I put stuff like this. Here, call Kevin Harrington up of Shark Tank.
Yes.
And ask him.
Yes.
Right? So you got to put stuff together that shows your credibility, has testimonials that you've gotten results from your amazing clients, right? And you can't hide that stuff. You have to put it out there. But I just have back to your original question, I have a real problem with people who want to start coaching people and they absolutely have no business coaching people.
Yeah.
Like, show me that your life's together.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I used to tell people, it's funny, like there would be others who teach speaking, right?
Sure.
And I say, well, why don't you come with me to an event and watch me sell?
Yeah.
And watch me have 70% of the audience buy.
And
then I'll teach you how to do it after.
Yeah.
See if those other ones will take you with them. Or why don't you come with me to a speaking gig? Like for a full day training, I charge $100,000.
Wow. Yeah.
So why don't you come with me to a training gig or come somewhere and watch me do it, and then watch me rebook that person on the spot for another talk.
Yeah.
Like, come, if you doubt that I know what I'm doing, just come with me. Meet me at a talk.
Right.
Right? Ask those other ones if they'll let you do that. They won't. You know why? Because they ain't booking no talks.
That's true.
They're just trying to make money off of teaching you how to do it, and they don't even book themselves. I know salespeople teach and sell stuff, and they can't sell their own damn product online.
I know. It's pretty crazy,
So my thing is, you better be doing what you're going to try to get me to invest in doing with you.
So tell us, James, how, I have so many more questions, but we'd be here all day, but how do people work with you? Because there's different coaching programs that you have, right? Or what does that look like now? Because I know you're building out new things, but if for anyone listening, can they work with you? How do they apply? All of those things.
So I have been very I never planned on coaching.
Yeah.
Right? I was just a guy out there doing the stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm speaking. I'm too busy. Like people would ask me all the time, and I'm going back like 20 years, right? People would say, hey, would you coach me? I'm like, I'm too busy speaking. I don't have time for that.
Right.
There was a time when I was doing 150 locations a year. Now, let me explain what that means. People say 150 talks. Yeah, but they're all free talks.
Yeah.
I don't do free talks.
Okay.
My stuff's too valuable.
Yeah.
That's why I've never, ever done a TED Talk, and I won't.
Oh.
Think about this. So I've turned down, 10 plus 10 talks over the years.
Wow.
So I have a different way of thinking. We want you to come do this talk. Here's my fee. Well, we don't pay fees. Okay, then here's the offer I'm going to make. Mm-hmm. Well, you can't make an offer. So why would I come? How do I make money?
Yeah.
Well, it's the prestige. What's the prestige? So you want me to pay my own way. Mm-hmm. You won't pay me. You won't let me make an offer. You won't even let me talk about a website. And then you're going to own my intellectual property that I deliver in that 20 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's exposure. Okay, well, what's the exposure? You can't promise me that my ideal customer is watching that.
That's right.
You can't. I tell people this all the time. I was on a branding challenge, and I talked about this. Everybody's talking about how many likes and views they get. And I said, last time I checked, you can't deposit likes and views in a bank account.
Oh, that's a good clip right there.
Yeah, everybody gets all full. I got 47,000 likes. Well, good for you. How many of those turned into business?
Right.
Like, are they all people overseas liking it, and none of them are your real customer? Mm-hmm. So none of that stuff impresses me when people, like all these agencies, brag about that like it's some badge of honor.
Right.
Right? We'll get you 10,000 likes. I'm like...
Well, and just the same too, if you don't have as many followers, but they're converting, hey, that's what you're after.
I know people have 1,000-person email list and make 7 figures a year.
See, there you go.
And I know people have 1,000,000-person email list and make nothing.
Yeah, so that just goes to show you're focused on the wrong things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I just went blank. Your question.
TED Talk, sorry.
Yeah. So the TED. So you won't pay me. Mm-hmm. You won't allow me to make an offer so I can get people as a client. I can't mention a website or you're going to throw me off. You're going to make me pay my own expenses.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you're going to do whatever you want with my IP, my intellectual property. That's a no-no. I control my intellectual property. You don't own it. I do.
Right.
Why would I come? Well, it's the prestige. I'm like, that and nickel will get you a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Like prestige. I think it's hilarious that that's the pitch and everybody bought into it.
It's obviously working. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's hilarious. Oh, I did a TED Talk. Well, good for you.
Yeah.
So I did one last week and made $40,000. I'll take that.
So is that okay? So when is your next speaking gig, or how do you? Because I know you find these places to speak, but how does someone, I guess, go see you, or how do you learn more about that?
You were mentioning this earlier. So I've done about. Here's one of the things that has separated my coaching, and this is what I teach my clients, and a lot of people don't get this. One of the reasons so many people, I've done 3,000 one-on-one coaching sessions.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So when I was out there speaking, people would ask me to coach, and I said, I don't have time. I'm speaking.
Yeah.
Let me finish my original thought. I did 150 locations, and what that means, if I went to speak in Orlando, Florida at Valencia Community College, they have 6 campuses. I could go to one location, Orlando, and get 6 checks, get paid 6 times.
Okay.
One location, 6 times, right? Yeah. So if I did 150, if I did 100 and I'm getting 3 checks, 2 checks, 7 checks, 8 checks.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff right there. Okay. So I was too busy, so I never would coach people because I'm too busy doing it.
Yeah.
Right. And then I had 2 guys actually who said, well, I'll pay you whatever you want. And I'm like, well, just name a fee. I'll help you. What do you want? I just want to talk to you on the phone. That's how I started my coaching.
Yeah.
I didn't plan a coaching program. They asked me how to teach them how I was doing what I did. That's how I started. So the greatest thing I ever did, and this blows people's minds, and I do it to this day, and I'm probably one of the only people you find doing this, that my coaching clients get me. I don't have coaches. You get me one-on-one.
Which is very good.
We do a 3-hour Zoom. I lay everything out. I figure out everything. I get under the hood. I can fix people that fast because I've done,
you have so
done
much
it so many.
experience.
Yeah, exactly. They get my cell phone. They call me. Right? I'm not pushing them off on someone. That's one of the most, I think, BS things that gets perpetuated. That's how you scale a business. I have 200 coaching clients.
Yeah.
And I can handle all of them if I systematize it the right way.
Yeah.
And I promise you, I have more time off than you and anybody else running a coaching business in another manner of bringing on other people to coach.
Yeah.
Because if you run it the right way, like I can handle 200 clients and have 250 days off a year from the coaching program if I just systematize everything the right way. And I could still sell the best thing that everybody wants, which is time with the guru.
Yes.
Time with the guru.
Yes. Yeah.
But nobody wants to sell that because, I actually have to do, oh my God, you actually have to do some work.
Yeah. But that's the whole point of why you got into the business, right? To serve people.
Why do you think clients never leave too?
Yeah,
we
take care of them. Yeah.
I'm not being pushed off on someone. I got a problem, I call James. We do our monthly calls, right?
Well, they don't want to feel like a number. They want to feel like you care about them. And I feel like everything's so transactional nowadays.
Yeah, people think, they have the misconception that I have to have a bunch of people working for me in order to scale.
Yeah.
I can show you how to, if you structure it the right way, make a few $1 million and have more time off.
Yeah.
Than most people who have people working for them.
But at this stage, you choose who you work with too, right? Like, is that another important piece? Like, so you're not going to just take anybody's money. Like,
well, no, you have to fill out an application. This is one of the things I always teach. Make people fill out an application. And you know why? Not to see if you're right for them, but that they're right for you because they're coming into your life.
Yeah.
Like back before COVID happened, I used to have people, everybody flew into my house here in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I'd coach them at my house. Well, I got people coming to my house.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you're not a dingbat.
Sure.
You're not going to steal my salt and pepper shakers or something.
I mean, yeah, right.
So you should always have an application because it allows you to self-select who might be the right person and to get rid of those who might not be the right. You can learn a lot when people answer questions on a little essay type questionnaire.
So to find you, they would just go to, is it like bigmoneyspeaker.com?
Bigmoneyspeaker.com or social media. That's
how
and we originally media, connected.
Of course. But yeah, so they can apply to work with you through the website.
And then I will tell them if they're a good fit for me.
Okay. And if they're not a good fit, do you tell
them? Oh, yeah. Oh,
if they're a good fit for you.
Even at my events, when I was running speaker trainings where I retired in 2017. Okay. I did my last one. I was kind of like, I did this. I've done 1,000 events. Yeah. I was like, I'm good. Like, everything has an evolution. It was just time to move on. But I was doing 3 to 4 a year at 700 to 1,000 people for speaker training.
That's a lot, yeah.
And that's a finite niche. It's not like real estate where you got a lot of people to pull from.
Right.
Speaker. So we had people from, I think it's 100 countries that ended up coming to my trainings.
Yeah.
But I would make everybody fill out an application, and then we would read them that night, and then I would let everybody the next day know who got in and who didn't. And a lot of people disqualified themselves based on what they wrote.
What were some of those things?
This is one of the worst ones. Why do you want to be a part of, because we don't call it a coaching program, it's the Malinchak family.
Oh,
You're coming into our family.
Yeah.
You're at my house, you got my cell phone number. Yeah. Like, my sister is my executive assistant. You're working with my sister.
Wow, that's cool.
I mean, we're a family.
Yeah.
We have people for 17 years. I'm not going to bring somebody who's a bad apple into our family.
Sure.
So one of the questions that you have to write out as an essay is, why do you want to be a part of the Malinchak family? And here's one of the worst ones I had ever written. I want to use you for your contacts. I want to use people for their contacts. Every word, I listen to people's words or read them, listen to them. I want to use. Now, we're all about collaboration and serving, but that's the wrong way to.
Terrible.
That person's showing up wearing a bib, not a napkin.
Right.
Real easy. He's not in.
Yeah.
One more essay question. He's out.
Yeah. Well, words are so important, right? And they're so powerful.
3 or 4 page questionnaire allows you to quickly figure out if you want them in your coaching world.
Wow. So how many total people over the years now has it been that you have?
I stopped counting, but I could tell you that at least 3,000 one-on-ones I've done.
That's just one-on-one, yeah.
There's over 2,000. If you went to my YouTube channel, there's over 2,000 video testimonials up there, maybe more.
It's amazing.
I just stopped gathering a few years ago, 5-6 years ago.
Now, are you married with kids or no?
I am not.
No kid. Okay,
Nope.
so you've really mentored so many people over the years, but just not had any of your own kids.
Yeah.
But was that by choice or just? I'm just curious.
I believe, we are just pencils in the hand of God, and if it's meant to be,
yes,
it's meant to be.
I believe that too.
And so maybe this is my path. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's in the future. I don't know. It's just, I've learned to give it up to God after a while.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to force certain things.
Totally.
I lost my sister years ago to a brain tumor.
Oh, no.
And it was literally the worst time of my life because she was fine and then 3 months later had a brain tumor and died. And man, I wrestled for years trying to figure. She was 38 at the time and had 3 children.
Oh my God.
And I remember for years pushing, trying to figure out why did this happen? Why is this the path? Why did my sister? We got drug dealers killing kids. Why is my sister never heard a fly? And then I just came to realize, or maybe I read it somewhere, you got to give it up to God, man. You can't keep forcing, trying to figure out why things happen, right? Yeah. And that was when I had tremendous peace, when I realized that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same, with all personal life, future stuff. It's on God's time. I don't force stuff.
What year was that? That happened?
That happened in 1991, November 1991.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
So you were,
I was young.
You were young.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like losing a soulmate. She was not only my sister, but almost like a second mom in a way, because she was a lot older than me. And that just rocked my world. I just
what
couldn't believe it. Vicky.
Oh, Vicky.
It's
terrible.
I couldn't understand.
Yeah, it's hard to wrap your head around that. Yeah.
We got people doing stuff to kids and drug dealers and people killing. My sister never heard a fly. Why would you take her? I was mad at God.
Yeah.
I was mad at everyone. This is amazing. If you don't mind, I'll tell you this story.
Yeah.
So I went through a bad funk for a couple years. Mad at God, the doctors. Like, how can this happen? Like, I just couldn't. So one day, I'm in my apartment in Glendale, California, and I'm vacuuming the rug.
Yeah.
I remember it like it was yesterday. And as I was vacuuming and cleaning stuff up, I always turn the TV on, have some noise in the back. So I'm vacuuming and I hit the remote. And what comes on television? The Hour of Power television show with Pastor Robert Schuller at the Crystal Cathedral Church in Southern California. Okay. He's interviewing a guy I'd never heard of before named Mark Victor Hansen, who just co-authored this new book with a guy named Jack Canfield called Chicken Soul Soup Something, a.k.a. Chicken Soup for the Soul. And Mark was talking about how they were rejected by 144 publishers and nobody believed in them and they were laughed at. And then he talked about how they just had faith that this was going to work, etc. Right? And Robert Schuller, Pastor Schuller, started talking to Mark, but was really talking to people watching on television and in his church. And I remember, Kate, as I was vacuuming, I shut the vacuum off because I could hear it, but I couldn't hear all of it. And I shut the vacuum off, and I felt like a hand almost pushing me down on the coffee table, almost to say, sit and watch this, kid.
Yeah.
You got to watch this. Sit down, kid.
Yeah.
Right? And I was just watching and getting so inspired about how you can't quit in life and give up. And man, I'm getting goosebumps. And here I am going through this funk. I lost my sister. I'm mad at everybody. And at the end of this 10, 15-minute segment, Pastor Schuller looked right into the camera and said, and remember, my friend, tough times never last. Tough people do. I got goosebumps. Called a coincidence. It just happened to... I flipped on the TV at that time. That station just happened to be on.
You end up coaching Jack.
All these years later. Well, wait, there's more. It's amazing. Was that a coincidence that Mark was on that day? Why wasn't a different station on the TV?
Right.
Why wasn't it a different show an hour later?
Yeah.
Right? Coincidental? Or was it a God thing?
It was a God thing.
It was a God thing,
sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So I got so inspired, I said, I'm going to read this book. I got in my car, I drove about a half hour over to Old Town Pasadena to the Barnes & Noble on Colorado Avenue.
Yeah.
I walked in. I said, do y'all have some book called Chicken Soul Soup something?
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it was
I
called.
used to love that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm getting emotional because like I felt like.
I bought the book. I went home. I read it cover to cover.
Mm-hmm.
I was so inspired, like the people who didn't quit and give up.
Yeah.
And this is what's crazy, because at the time I was making $7 an hour in the video store. I said, I'm going to meet these guys.
Yeah.
I hadn't done a book, nothing.
Yeah. But you just knew.
I said, I'm going to meet these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how am I going to meet these guys? Like, how they're on television and they wrote this book. It's a best-selling book, like, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't even understand goal setting and the house shows up. But I said, I'm going to meet these guys. This is crazy. About a month later, I get a flyer in my mailbox. I can remember, like, man, I get goosebumps. I haven't told this story forever. Like it's
amazing.
Yesterday happening. The book publicist of Southern California, Erwin Zucker and Ernie Weckball, are hosting an event where they're going to honor Best Book of the Year, Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup of the Soul. And it was only $95 for a ticket.
Wow.
And it's going to be in the next town. I was in Glendale. This is Burbank.
Just right here.
Yeah, like 15, 20 minutes. It's a sportsman's lodge in Burbank, California. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
You're like, no.
I got to go.
Yeah.
But there was one problem. I didn't have $95. I didn't have $9.50 in my bank account.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I thought this back then, because I wasn't into like books and self-improvement. But I just said, dude, this might be your only chance to meet the soup guy.
Yeah.
So I worked extra shifts in the video store. I called up the guy, Ernie. Got his wife, and I said, I'd like to get a ticket, but I need to ask a favor.
Yeah.
And it was going to be a small group. There's only like 70 people going to be. This is a really small group. And I said, can I give you 4 credit cards?
Yeah.
Because if I give you one, I'm telling you, it's not going to work.
Right.
But if you could I hate to be a pain, but if you could put a quarter, a quarter, a quarter, and a quarter, then I'm pretty sure it'll go through.
Yeah.
And she was so sweet. She's like, oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, we'll do that for you. I was like, I have to meet Mr. Camp. I gotta get there.
Yeah.
So I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to invest $95 that I don't have. I'm meeting him. I don't care if I got to tackle him and zip time. Right?
Yeah.
So I said, what time does the event start? It was like 7 o'clock. I said, what time do the doors open? I said, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So what time will Mr. Canfield show up? Oh, he'll probably be there about 4:30. I got there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. Nobody else was there. I'm waiting, and this lady, Patty, shows up, and I said, hey, Patty, I'm the 4 credit card guy.
Yeah.
She goes, and Patty was like 75 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so sweet. Nice boy. And so she opened the door. I went, and I stood right inside the door. It's like 3:05, right? Because I figured he's got to walk in this door sometime. He walked in about an hour and a half later. I walked right behind him.
Yeah.
And there was no like table where he was going to sit up by the podium.
Okay.
He was sitting at a round table. Then he was going to get up, make a little speech, tell some soup stories, get his award. So I walked right behind him. He put his bag down at some table. There's nobody in there. They were round tables.
Yeah.
And I said, excuse me, Mr. Canfield, would you mind if I sat here? And he said, no, not at all.
Wow.
Sit down. And here's what I said, Kate, and I to this day use the same thing. He's going to talk to somebody for 2 hours. It may as well be me. Mm-hmm. So we start doing the thing, go through the dinner. He gets his award, and I did the most important thing I probably ever did for my career when he was about to leave. I said, Mr. Canfield, I had a great time talking with you. Seems like we have some things in common, and I love building new friendships. Why don't we exchange contact information and stay in touch? Yeah. He said, man, I had a great time talking to you too. Sure. Here you go. Here's my email. Here's my phone number and all that. And I gave him I immediately sent him a thank you note. Yeah. Thanking him for his time. And I stayed in touch over the next year or 2 years. If a press clipping came out, I would take it out of like USA Today and I would send it to him. Wow. With a note. I found out when his birthday was. How'd you do that? Birthday? January 17th. I just called up receptionist, said, when's his birthday?
That's good.
And they told me, and I said, cool, it's a birthday card. Yeah. Holiday cards. Just any way to stay in touch. Served. About 4 years later, I get a phone call. I started speaking for youth groups for $50 here and there. I sent him a copy of my book I wrote for teenagers. Yeah. Mr. Canfield, would you endorse my book?
I wrote this book, yeah.
He called me up. He said, hey, I really like what you're doing for kids. I'm going to give you an endorsement. By the way, I want you to connect with my sister, Kim. We're doing a book, Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul. I really like your spirit and what you're doing. would you write a story for the book and let us use it in the book? I didn't know how to write a story.
Did you write a story in there?
So I went and met with Kim. I didn't know what the hell to do. Like, I'm making $7 an hour in a video store, speaking for $50 every now and then. I didn't know how to write a story. So I'm meeting with Kim. We're having, in Pacific Palisades, we're having like coffee. And somehow I got on the story of my sister, Vicky. She started to cry. She got up from the table, came and hugged me. I didn't know she had lost her first husband to cancer. And she said, would you please write that and let me put it in the book? I was like, I don't know. Like, how's that going to affect my mom and dad? Because they're still broken up, losing their daughter. But then I thought for about a month, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do it. And if it helps one kid, then I got 10. So it was published in Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul, page 87. It's called A Brother's Voice. I got over 10,000 letters and emails from kids all over the world from that one story about how that story, they hadn't talked to their mom and dad in 3 years. They read the story of my sister unexpectedly dying. They went and hugged their mom and dad for the first time in 3 years and told them they loved them. Amazing heart stories like that, right? Now, fast forward 15, 20 years later. I'm on the Secret Millionaire TV show. My speaking career, everything's cranking. I'm on ABC for the Secret Millionaire TV show. My sister, Cindy, comes to me in my house one day holding a sheet of paper, shaking. She says, you have to read this. I'm like, what? What happened? I thought something happened to mom or dad, or I thought maybe she got a bad diagnosis. I'm like, what? She's like, she like almost couldn't, you have to read this. And I read it and it says, whew, man, dear James, we saw you on The Secret Millionaire and loved the serving aspect of what you did in the show. Whew, man, here we go. Goosebumps. We would love to invite you to be a guest on the Hour of Power television show, to be interviewed by Pastor Bobby Schuller, who was the grandson of Robert Schuller, because Robert Schuller passed on. Kate, a month later, I'm standing at the pulpit in the same spot Mark Victor Hansen stood 20 years earlier when I was in the funk, vacuuming. And I told the story for the first time. I said, can you think about this, Bobby? Now, maybe something you and I say is going to help one person out there watching, like when I was vacuuming 20 years ago, when Mark stood right here. One of the most surreal things I've ever had happen in my entire life. I literally was standing in the spot.
That's crazy.
And Bobby was in the spot where his grandfather was. And we're now talking to folks. And hopefully it helped one person out there. Isn't that amazing? God works in not mysterious, wonderful ways.
Yeah. And it's like the stories speak to us. I lost my dad in 2019.
I'm so sorry.
And he wanted to be like a motivational speaker.
Wow.
And he was really inspiring. But, you know, what's interesting about my dad is he attached a lot of his worthiness to external things, which I think a lot of men do. And then things went south for his business. And he got really angry. And so then he wasn't talking to people in the family. But we reconciled before he died, but I didn't talk to him for 2 years. And then he just had this heart attack and he was gone. But that changed my life because just like you said with the pain, I just watched my dad die with all those dreams and stories and all those things inside of him. So I'm like, what am I doing with my life? You know, like it was like that moment for me where, why am I not doing what I want to do? And so then that's when I just went after it. I'm like, no matter what, I'm just going to do this. I don't know the how, but I'm going to take one step and go in this direction. And
well, I always say, look, I don't give many guarantees in life, but there's one guarantee that I will give anybody, and that's that you're not guaranteed tomorrow morning.
Right. It's so true.
So why not do what you want to do and the way you want to do it, and don't do the things you don't want to do.
Right.
Be around the people you want to be around that add value to your life. Get away from those who are the NIOPs. You know what a NIOP is, an NIOP?
No.
The negative influence of other people. Get away from them.
That's good, yeah.
Right? Like one of the greatest, God's given us a lot of amazing powers in life, but one of the greatest is the power to choose.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Oof. Like, and I probably read that book. Because
maybe.
I used to read all the Chicken Soup and the Teenage Soul one. I know I had.
And fast forward, like I've coached Jack for years now on speaking stuff, and he's been a blessing, a dear friend of mine. He was just here in November at my house. We went out to dinner at Green Valley Ranch.
I know, isn't
that crazy?
Incredible?
Matter of fact, he wrote about me in his new book coming out. He asked me if he could write that story.